I'm with you. I'm listening. I'm listening. I'll just go ahead once you're done.
Okay, doctor. Okay. Are you in the scientific part of medicine or the herbal part of medicine?
Scientific.
Okay, doctor. So, doctor, before you introduce yourself to us and maybe present the infertility topic just for some few minutes, then I can go forward with my questions.
Okay. So basically, a lot has been said. So I don't want to rehash what has been said. I just want to mention three things that has been a hindrance to the adequate knowledge, care, and value for infertility, especially around here. Culture is a major hindrance. Culture has been a major hindrance where people still hold uh, very age-long beliefs regarding who caused what and how certain things should be done. Um, in this part of the world, especially in Nigeria, there are still very funny beliefs regarding infertility. Religion also holds a major issue with us here in a part of the world. And then the third thing I want to mention, which may be a blend of the first two, is financial inequality. Most women generally are less empowered. Most women are generally less empowered. So they don't even have the capacity to make decisions regarding their own fertility. They can't ask questions. They don't have the financial capacity to go to the hospital, to run the test, to do a whole lot of all these things. So these are the few things I want to bring to the fore. So I want to say that we must continue to do this to normalize a situation where it is normal for a woman to discuss whatever is happening to them. It is normal for a man to discuss what is happening to them. And they also have the capacity to go to the hospital to run health checks so that it is not when everything has turned upside down. That's when they are now running helter skelter. So basically, those are the areas I want to touch on regarding infertility. That culture must be, you know, we must speak to that every time we have the opportunity. Religion, we must speak to that when we have the opportunity. It must not have those strongholds on us. And then, of course, financial inequality, we must speak to that every time we have the opportunity. Yes. So for now, I want to pause. Thank you.
Okay, okay, doctor. If I may ask you, doctor, I don't know. I think also greed can be some part of it. I don't know if just trying to put in also because most African men are very greedy. Some men even they can even follow dogs if dogs put on skate. So they take this opportunity. Maybe their wife doesn't give birth. They want to eat ogbono mixed with okra, add egusi. They just sleep around and all in the name of infertility. Can that also be another problem? Maybe some men just take advantages of their women to enjoy themselves in the name of infertility.
Actually, yes, you're very correct, which speaks to what I said, culture, religion, which allows a man to technically be polygamous, but fails to allow a woman to have the same access. Why can you say a man has the opportunity to have access to more men? Yes, a woman doesn't have the capacity to have access to more women, I mean, to more men. So, yes, that is a major issue. Also, like I said, the third factor, which is financial inequality, and I would seriously hammer on that, is that if a woman is empowered to make decisions for herself, then the choices regarding her fertility will not be relegated to the background. That's what I would say about it.
Yeah.
Okay, another question. Now this goes to you again, Dr. Shola. Please, I'm only to you because maybe you are joining. You're the last person to talk, and you're joining a little bit late.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine, please.
You are a medical doctor. I want to ask you, with all honesty, without being biased, will you
I'm with you.
prefer to advise a client to go in for Odejiji, to make him strong in bed, or you advise a client to go in for Viagra?
So, as a medical doctor, I am actually very, very careful with Viagra. A lot of men have used it and they have gone to early grave. So I would even prefer the herbal route if we know the component, we know how to use it, because um, most of the time they don't even know how to use the Viagra appropriately. And to use Viagra requires a lot of things. It should not be used over the counter. It should not be a drug that you just walk up to a pharmacy or a chemist and purchase. It has various side effects. So if they want to use those herbal roots, I will gladly allow them to use the herbal roots, knowing that its side effects may be minimal. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. So, Ms. Bywaters, all of us, we are hearing today, Gigi, it is. We get all of us goes back to today, Gigi. We take, you are strong. So I was seeing a hand up somewhere there. I don't know, Patricia Kwane. You seem to you have something to say. Yeah, go on, Patricia. Before I hand over back to Ms. Bywaters. You can speak, Patricia.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Well, I was actually listening to the last doctor there, and I think the question that I wanted to ask is, into personally, I'm into transformational coaching and speaking, and part of the bigger portion of my work in working with women is on intergenerational traumas and helping women to heal from past traumas and past hurts. And I want to ask this just to be informed and to have a bit of an understanding to say, is it possible though that the events that you have endured as a child could affect your fertility as a woman? Is it something that's possible, or it's just one of those myths that we bring up? Because I've come across cases where we would talk about things that we get to enjoy, our past traumas, our past experiences, and you realize that when we talk about these, a portion of our women will be having difficulties with their fertility and everything. And it has been in my mind for a while to say, can this be something that is possible or not? And I think I appreciate sessions like this, because that's where you get to validate your needs, to say, yeah, this is something that's possible, or this is something that can be, so that maybe tomorrow when you meet a case like this, you know how to best address it without you bringing your own myth to the case, but bringing something that can be scientifically validated.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I love the question. Past traumas, when not properly addressed, can increase the level of stress hormones, which is cortisol, which ultimately, if not properly managed, can cause infertility. So, yes, um, if the person does not fully address past traumas and issues that they are going through, they can have high level of stress hormones, and high level of stress hormones can predispose to infertility. Yes. So you are very correct.
So how can they address that using natural herbs? Will they not have to resort to a psychiatrist?
I mean, so because you are a life coach, you will definitely offer them various models of how to address those past issues. You can want them to visit um, a, a traditional herbal therapy. You can want them to visit a psychotherapist. You can want them to visit someone who will do various models. You would deploy. But the most important thing is that those issues should be addressed, which, if not properly addressed,
Can
can
be addressed.
trigger, or yes, can worsen their chances of being infertile or being fertile.
Okay.
Yes.
This meeting is being recorded.
To what somebody else said earlier, to say when you come for such, come packaged up with materials that we can use, because when we go out into rural, you realize that culture has normalized quite a lot of things, and so much that when you come to talk to a woman, to transform that woman, to inspire that woman, there will always be that hindrance of culture to say, yeah, this is according to our culture. When I don't give birth, my husband is allowed to get another woman that can give him a child and stuff and blah blah. And you look at it, you're like, but this is a series of traumas that if we are to address this and we help you heal, this is then possible. And I feel like maybe also do assist us with packaging materials that would actually be communicative, more especially when we go into outskirts. Yes, for us that are in the urban parts of countries, it's easier for you to go on your Google, on your what, to find this information. But maybe if we can have information that is packaged, maybe by our own people, that is not so urbanized and so Western, but also with an understanding of our kind of people in Africa, that would really be nice.
I appreciate this. So yes, I would commit to get materials together for this course.
Okay, that would be
Uh,
nice. Mr. Ken?
before I give you, please, it seems Miss Nancy Oblate, first, before giving this, you have a contribution, Miss Nancy. Miss Nancy?
Yes. Good
Oh,
afternoon, everybody. I'm from Nigeria, so it's afternoon. I know it's evening in China.
yeah.
I
Okay.
just wanted to ask a question. Now, I know that one of the issues with infertility is when a woman has blocked fallopian tubes. So I want to ask, at least I think in modern medicine or Western medicine, as we call it, there's little that can be done when the fallopian tubes are blocked. But I want to ask, is it possible that there is traditional remedy for that kind of situation?
Any doctor, Dr. Balinga, anybody? Hello, our doctors.
Yes, I just listened to the question, and I'd like to say something that from the perspective of traditional Chinese medicine, yes, we do not treat symptoms. We do not treat diseases. We tend to treat syndromes. That means that if you have a problem with a blocked tube, we're going to look at which of the syndromes you fit into. Is it a kidney deficiency? Is it a spleen deficiency? Is it damp excess, and so on. And we are going to address that syndrome. And usually that is how the tubes get to be unblocked. So it's not like saying Chinese medicine is going to unblock your tubes, but they address the syndrome. It's a holistic system. And but yes, Chinese medicine does address this problem.
Okay, so a follow-up to that, Dr. Balinga, is it possible for you to treat someone who is not resident in China with you? Can you do like an online kind of session with someone who already has a diagnosis, or who you can send to the hospital to get diagnosis and you treat from a distance?
Yes, it is possible. If the blocked tubes are not a result of heavy scarification, which requires surgery, then we can. Because actually, the truth is, 98% of the patients we treat are not in our city or even not in the same country as us in China. So what we usually do is we either pose a diagnosis ourselves or we send them to a hospital. Once that's established, establish what the problem is, we will still require a photograph or two photographs of your tongue from which we can ascertain exactly what's going on according to Chinese traditional medicine. After which we will suggest the use of herbs and electroacupuncture, suction cups, for example, or far infrared therapy. So we do sometimes we ship the herbs. For some countries it's easy to do. We can get the herbs shipped to you, but some others we have to purchase them. And if you know someone in China who can help to ship them to your country, then they are sent to you, and then we guide you as to how to use them. We can ship electroacupuncture equipment. So instead of using needles to do the acupuncture, you use electricity. And we can ship suction cups, such as these ones. And then we can guide you as to where to place them on the body to do the work that needs to be done. So yes, almost 98% of the time we do work with people who are outside of China, and we try to find ways to get the herbs to them, to get the electroacupuncture equipment, the saunas, and the suction cups. But with COVID, since COVID, there's been a lot of logistics problems, and we try to see how we can deal with them on a case-by-case basis.
Well, then maybe the young lady can give her contact, put it in the chat. You can send it directly to me, and I will put you in contact with Dr. Balinga.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea.
Send me your contact on the chat, Miss Noblet.
I think Dr. Mrs. Berlinga might be better suited for that. I can handle it, but she handles most of these cases. So.
Okay. Mr. Ken?
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
I'm here.
were you going to say something, or are you ready to?
Well, it was, I think, time. I think we need. In fact, next Saturday we still need to go on with this because it's a lot. I think we
Yeah,
need to still handle this next Saturday and talk
yeah.
about your guide
And
if you permit.
if,
Yeah, because
yeah, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, because I think there's a lot to learn. I, for one, have learned. For example, when I get downstairs, I have knee. Since when I was a footballer, and I had to stop because of my knees. But Dr. Billingham said, if I'm my knees, my middle also can be weak. So I don't play with my middle. So I have to go to Dr. Billingham directly to put me back in shape because I don't joke with my manhood. So I think I will come for Dr. Billinger to rearrange my system. So that's all I have to say.
Okay.
Okay, no problem. No
Um,
problem.
I'm gonna end the program now for those that need to leave. But for the rest of you, if you would like to stay, like I see that Priska has a question, and that's okay. But at this point, let us end the program first, and then those that want to ask the questions later can do that. Thank you to all the doctors. Listen, guys, we have to continue this. Definitely, this is very informative. But please, guys, please, doctors, bring us some concrete things we can take home with us. I know we heard you verbally, but it's like I want to take home some handouts. It can be a PDF copy. It's okay. Just bring them to us next time so we can also share with some people in our group chats and so on. Mr. Ken, would you like to thank the audience?
Yes, I want to thank Miss Nancy Oblet. She's always, I've noticed, she's always here. Her contribution with Miss Patricia Kwane, I thank them very much for always being present, part of us throughout this journey. I thank them on their input, and we will never disappoint them. We will move together with them to the end. Thank every audience, everybody who is here today. We'll keep thanking and we'll keep providing. Don't forget, next week we have same. I'm suggesting we will have same program, same doctors because we need to really expatiate on this and just sit back and relax and enjoy. Thank you. Over to you, back, Miss Bywaters.
And we would like to thank our Zoom host, uh, Mr. We call him Constellation, and that's his nickname. And thank you so much for always being
I call
dedicated. A
him
very,
Uncle
very
Constellation. Please include Uncle on it.
he's a very, very busy man, but dedicated,
Yeah.
never lets us down. He's always there. There.
Yeah.
Even
Thank you very much.
yell at
It's
him
my
at
pleasure.
times. It's your pleasure. Okay. Do you want to
Yeah.
show your face and thank everyone? Show who the mastermind is behind the.
Yeah. I really appreciate it, prayer. It was very interesting, especially for the point of when he talked about the fertility of women and stuff like that. It was really educative today. I really appreciate.
The last doctor sounded exactly like you.
That's right. Probably we are people were brothers or something.
Okay.
Please,
Mr.
1 minute.
Yeah, Mr. Michael,
Okay.
would you like to thank people, some people?
Yeah,
Please, 1 minute before Mr. Michael.
yeah, we just want to appreciate our speakers, especially Dr. and Mrs. Badinga, for your evergreen contributions. We appreciate you. You know, despite your tight schedule, you always have time for us. We want to appreciate you, and we want to thank Dr. Ruth from Nigeria. You know, we appreciate you all the time. Anytime we call you, you are always there for us. Then Dr. Alabi Olushola, despite your tight schedule, you could still make it down to tell us one or two things. Dr. Alabi has not slept for the past maybe few days, and that's why he couldn't, you know, show his face. But you know, he still make his service available to us. We appreciate you, and Mrs. Nancy, as Mr. Epo has said, we appreciate you for your consistency. I mean, throughout this journey, and Patricia and Kwane, we thank you for your presence. And Dr. David, you have been amazing. Dr. David actually, you know, contributed to the topic, you know, of discussion today. We gave him some options, and he came up with the one he thought it's relevant, most relevant. And we appreciate you. You know, we thank you so much. And again, we are partnering with Doctors Insights, you know, initiative. So by so doing, we'll be showcasing two of our doctors on each edition of BridgeAfrique magazine. So each of our wonderful audience all over the world, we get to read more about them and about their services and about what they are doing, and how to get in touch with them. So by so doing, you won't be waiting until we do Zoom before you get in touch with our doctors. You know, so that is one fantastic information that I said I will pass across to us tonight. So on this edition, the August edition of BridgeAfrique magazine, we are having Dr. Balinga and another doctor that we are showcasing. So watch out. Mrs. Emily Bywaters, thank you so much. Daily
No,
Nuggets.
thank you so much.
We appreciate you all the time. We appreciate you all the time.
Please,
You are my brother from another mother.
I have another input.
Don't chop,
Yes,
don't chop
I'm here.
Coca-Cola too much.
I have another input. Please. I will I will use Odeji and another leaf. They said another leaf. Miss Bywaters, what's the name of that leaf? Totorito Totoroto.
I am not going to tell you. I probably can remember. But thank you everyone for coming. You are
please, doctors, next time when you're coming next Saturday.
Priska, you still have your question, Priska?
Yeah, bring it on board.
Priska, please, before you bring it on board, doctors, next Saturday when you're coming, we need PPT because people need to go back home with your contacts. People need to go back home with something informative. Yeah. You come with PPT, please.
Yes. Mr. Michael, get the PPT.
Yes,
get the PPT from our speakers. And Mr. Constellation, you can stop recording because at this point maybe we might say something not too nice.
Yeah, we're just having a chit chat now, so stop recording.
He's still recording.
Where's
Miss
Priska?
Priska.
I think.
Yeah, it's Mike Gibson Records. Health is wealth. How good is your health? How good is your health? Health is wealth. Yeah, how good is your health? Health is wealth. Yeah. Don't joke with your health. Your health is wealth. Don't joke with your health. Your health is wealth. Don't joke with your An insight into infertility as a medical and social dilemma. Who is to blame? Join us this Saturday. It promises to be insightful. Don't miss out. Don't joke with your health. Your health is wealth. Yeah. Don't joke with your health.